Okay, so today we're reading about before and after Mongol invasion, Chinese clothing. Number 1, rich people clothes are made out of this material. 2, why shouldn't you cut your hair in China? 3, at 1100 Common Era, fashion started at the emperor's court for women too, their feet. Women thought to be beautiful, they needed little tiny feet only about 3 inches long. 4, in China, what's the point of the story of Cinderella? And 5, who brought cotton to China? Before and after Mongol clothing, Chinese clothing. People in China generally wore tunics like long t-shirts. Women wore long tunics down to the ground with belts, and men wore shorter ones down to their knees. Sometimes they wore jackets over the tunics. In the winter, when it was cold, people wore padded jackets over their tunics and sometimes pants under them. In early China, poor people made their clothes out of rami. Rich people wore silk. Most people in China, both men and women, wore their hair long. People said that you got your hair from your parents, so it was disrespectful to cut it. At 1100 Common Era, a fashion started at the emperor's court for women to bind their feet. Women thought that to be beautiful, they needed little tiny feet only about 3 inches long. They got these tiny feet by wrapping tight bandages around the feet of little girls, about 4 or 5 years old. The bandages were so tight they broke the girls' toes and bent them underneath their feet, and then they had to walk on them like that. The girls spent most of their time crying for 2 or 3 years, and then the feet stopped hurting so much. Women with bound feet couldn't walk very well at all, and when they had to work in the fields, often they would crawl. Some of the earliest versions of the story of Cinderella come from China. In these versions, the point of the story is that the prince loves Cinderella because she has the smallest feet of any girl in the kingdom, so the slipper will only fit her. Then in the Yuan dynasty, the Mongols brought cotton to China. The Mongol invasions in the 1200s destroyed a lot of the mulberry trees that were needed to make silk. The Mongol emperors, like Kublai Khan, turned to cotton to fill the gap. In 1289, they ordered the opening of special training centers to teach farmers how to grow cotton. And in 1296, they ordered that farmers who grew cotton could pay lower taxes. Cotton was warmer and softer and stronger and cheaper. You can make it thin for the summer, or you can make padded clothes out of it so that you are warm for the winter. All right, going to answer those 5 questions if you would please.